Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess we can get started here and everything. So Ted said he's ready. I guess I'm ready. Uh, Next Friday, uh, my uh, my nephew, the one that we supposed to have interviewed back in May, that you missed the interview and stuff on, is graduating from University of Georgia in Athens,
Ooh,
and
congratulations to him.
he has been accepted in a veterinarian school. So he wants to be a veterinarian.
So that's another, 3 years?
I don't know, but he got accepted, and he wants to be a veterinary doctor. So more power to him. But anyway, that's some positive stuff going on. Some things are happening good for us. So that was my announcement. So I'm gonna be at Friday. I'm gonna be in Athens, Georgia, for a graduation, and we're gonna have a big to do because his two moms are uh, going to do a big celebration at some fancy restaurant in downtown Atlanta.
All right. Sounds good.
I guess they are all very proud of him. The other one, he graduated in May, and he's they still trying to hold those grown men at home. They don't want to release them because the one who graduated in May had a job offer up in Schaumburg, Illinois, right after he got out of school, and one of his moms convinced him not to take it. He's gonna be too far away from him. Man. Oh, so I hope you caught the hint what I was from the words that I was saying. So I won't say anything else, but I said something that you should have caught, and I'm pretty sure the audience, if they're listening very carefully, they probably caught it too. So that's the way it is.
Who run these things?
Huh? What?
Who run these things?
it's it's uh I guess we're in that era and stuff now. So hey.
Hey, bruh, I've been in that stage line for 25, 35, 40 years. First 10 years, I ran it. After that, it was over.
Oh man.
And I
Well,
said, forget it. I ain't fighting it no more.
hey, my that's my wife's sister. So I ever since we've been married, I have to accept that. So hey, nothing I can say. Oh, see, there's some stories behind that, but we won't get into it. Oh man, I I didn't have time to uh, say anything and stuff about this blue sky social media thing. Did we talk about that the other day?
We didn't. I just mentioned and I said that they were transferring from X to Blue Sky. A lot of people,
Are they? Is there a specific age group who's doing it, or is just it's all age groups?
all age groups.
Mm. Have you been on there?
I haven't yet. Right now I'm just sort of, I haven't even investigated it or nothing. But Joy Reese swears by it. She signed on to it. She left.
So she left. She left.
She left X.
She took all of her folks off of X and moved to Blue Sky, huh?
Yeah, she got about 1 million plus followers.
Mm.
So
Well, I guess I might go on there and set me up an account and find out what's going on then. So we'll see. And I've been bombarded and stuff with texts and stuff from folks and everything saying that there are some hypocrites out there because Papa Joe decided that he wanted to he wanted to pardon his baby boy. Oh man, I I congratulated him from doing that, man, because I don't think I would have left my child out there in that wilderness that's going to happen when this man takes over. So, and it's ironic that we're finding that there are even a few Democrats and stuff and everything who are trying to tell him that he had no right to do that and all that. But I think if it had been my child, I would have did the same thing and forget about the Republicans because shoot, they got folks and stuff who've been pardoned twice and they already getting cabinet positions. got he got criminals. He's a criminal, so he bringing criminals with him. Oh,
he put Manafort back on his campaign. Sure did put Manafort back on his campaign.
you mean on his cabinet?
No, campaign.
But the campaign's over with.
Well, I know. That's what I'm just saying that he had put Manafort back on his campaign.
Mm, I didn't know that.
Well, at least that's the report that I got. During the news, they were saying
Hmm.
that
I didn't know. I didn't
Trump
know
put
he
him
had
back on
done
his
that.
campaign.
Yeah, because
I don't know what kind of role he had or anything like that. It might have not even been significant. Maybe it was just so he can get a couple of dollars.
well, if he did that, it had something to do with something going on in that war in Eastern Europe.
Well, the thing is, one thing you got to say about 45, if you're loyal to him, he's going to be loyal to you. That means you do what he say. So therefore, if you're doing what he say and all of that, and you're not a squealer and you're not a, whatever, he gonna, when you need some help, he gonna help you. I'm still trying to figure out how come he hasn't helped Giuliani yet. Because you couldn't get no lower than Giuliani. Giuliani must have done something. He must have said something.
He probably did, and really, along with what you said, he also values someone who can give him something back. If you don't have nothing to give him, he he won't bother you. And I don't think he thinks that Giuliani has anything right now that he can use. He done wore himself out. He dirt poor, and there's no value in him. Whereas everybody else, they got some value. Uh, Now I still have wondering and stuff and everything why he. Well, I shouldn't wonder because that's normal for him. He don't like them us folks anyway. What he had done to Scott and also Donald and stuff down there in Florida. I know Scott has. They have elected him to be the Republican national chairman right now.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, I haven't heard that.
the senator down there and Tim Scott, the one who's the black guy who's out of South Carolina. They nominate they had put him into to be the Republican national chairman. But Donald, they haven't done anything with him. They just breaking him on these shows and trying to embarrass him, and he's just embarrassing himself big time. So
Well, I got three stories. I'm gonna tell two quick ones.
go
Okay.
ahead. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm ready.
Okay. We got another Ponzi scheme.
Oh, go ahead.
And guess where it's at? It's right here in Florida, bro.
It is okay.
Investors in the MJ Capital accuse Wells Fargo aiding fraud scams they failed to follow its anti-money laundering rules. The company is MJ Capitals, and it was ran by a person by the name, she was the president and CEO, Joanne Garcia. The FBI caught him, and she got 20 years. Her partner got 9 years. Wells Fargo got to pay $26 million. Over 15,000 people have lost $90 million. She had almost gathered and collected over $200 million. And this is in Florida. This is the kind of stuff that we're going to be seeing during these 4 years, I believe, because the money is out there. People got money, they're looking to invest, and this person was getting money. And you remember Madoff?
Oh yeah, Bernie Madoff. Everybody knows Bernie.
Okay, well, she was doing the same thing,
Right.
exactly the same thing. She was taking money in, and then the investments that she's supposed to be making, she was paying them whatever, 10%, 15%.
Mm-hmm.
And then she
But
would keep the
but
money. She was living a lavish life and
Bernie.
this went on from 2021 to 2022.
Oh
And
well, he's just a baby Murdoch. Murdoch then it's called Murdoch. Had been doing it for almost 20 some years and
yeah,
stuff. So
right.
yeah, so
So
he's
you
just a
would think
baby.
that someone who knows that these people are looking at how much money is being flowed, how much money is being invested, all you got to do is they got access to everybody's money. All they got to do is look and they see somebody transferring 25 million, 25 million, or 10 million, or 5 million, or whatever into somebody's account. They're gonna find out where they put it, especially if they suspect. You understand? People were suspecting, saying, where he get all that money from? What was that gave that $5 million to that DJ Capital? So the scheme, they caught him pretty good, and she got 20 years. Good looking little well, she got the last name Garcia, so I don't know what kind of Latin person she is, but this is the kind of stuff we're gonna be seeing a lot of
So,
because we
so
have so
where
many
did this
different.
happen at? In what part of Florida did this happen
You
at?
know what? I was trying to find that out, but it didn't never. I don't know exactly where the company is. I didn't get the address or anything, but I thought it was a pretty good story. Because yeah, from 10:20 to 9:21, she was collecting all this money, and I guess she was doing okay before this, and then she decided, hey, I might as well give me some money. I'm not gonna get caught, and somebody convinced her, whatever. Here's another one for you. Old Jeffy baby, Beazle, he's battling with never, what is it, NVIDA, and the big AI company.
Nvidia?
He just, I'm sorry,
Nvidia?
NVIDIA,
Right. He did
and
what?
he just invested in another company called Tenstorrent, Tensorrent, and he claims that this is an up and coming AI company. Him and several other people invested a lot of money into this company, and it's not even on the IPO yet.
So he took his money out of Nvidia and moved it over into this
Well,
other
I don't know
company.
if he took his money out of the NVIDIA, but he's banking on this particular company. And so they've raised millions and millions of dollars, probably billions of dollars now, because he's going to battle this company and thinking that this is going to be the new hot thing coming. So if he put almost $700 million into it, I mean that money is going to triple, if not quadruple. So that's a stock that you can look to once it goes, on the IPO, and you can start buying it. Only qualified people can buy it into it now. In other words, you got to have a whole lot of money to get in on this. So it probably will come out $45, $50, $60 a share once it comes on the stock market. Because right now,
Is he
Nvidia.
only is he the only biggest investor that you
No, that's
know
what I
that?
say. It's two other big ones. I think Fidelity and I forget the other one, but it's two other ones. Fidelity for sure, but I forget the other one. But that's how
Fidelity is
money
a
is made, bro.
Fidelity is a pretty good. They've been in financial investments for a long time. They used to be in charge of our pension fund, and they moved it over to an insurance firm and stuff and everything called Pacific Life.
So those are the two stories I have. You got something else? I can go to another one.
Uh, Bad stuff. This morning in Manhattan, in New York, the CEO of United Healthcare was shot dead.
Yeah, I read about
You heard about it?
it.
Oh, okay. And there, I was talking to a few people about this, and they're talking about that this might be a conspiracy and everything to deal with these crooked folks who are out there dealing with folks' health care. and I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if something else happened or whatever. So I'm waiting on to get some more news and stuff about it and who did it and did they catch the person or whatever. But it would be it was kind of a man, a eye opening and stuff there and everything that they shot the CEO of United Healthcare, one of the biggest healthcare firms and stuff in the country now. Big
Yeah,
deal. So
yeah, they make their living on Medicare recipients. I used to work for
you did. I didn't know
them.
you worked for United Healthcare
Yeah, yeah.
because they were. I think didn't they start out there in Florida or somewhere? I thought they started out in Florida. He started out. He wasn't a very big company. He started out in Florida. Wasn't the you guys as senator and stuff involved with United Healthcare?
I'm sorry, who?
You're all senator Scott. Wasn't he involved with United Healthcare?
I don't
Because
remember
I
the
know he was the
story. How
CEO of one of those healthcare companies for, and that's how he
I think he had his
funded.
own. He had his own healthcare system.
Oh, okay. That's all I had to say. I was kind of shocked that that had happened, that the
Yeah, well,
CEO had got
you
killed.
just like me. You thinking it's conspiracies or what?
Conspiracy. That's exactly.
Because hey, you never know. We don't know. The guy might have a family member might have got denied service
Yeah,
because United Healthcare is known
it's known
to deny.
to not service and stuff for a whole lot of people.
Yeah, especially if you got a real expenses operation, and there it is. Who knows? I don't know.
Who
He
knows?
might
Who
have been
knows? I don't
plotting
know.
that for a
I don't
year,
know
two
either, but
years.
it was kind of shocking when I saw that. I said, "Oh my God, what the heck is going on here?" it made the news quick. So anyway, I had to say that. Go ahead.
They combing through everything they can now to find out who got denied.
Oh, they are.
Well, that's how you investigate, bro. You got to
What?
figure out.
You got several million people. Shoot, they done ripped off a whole lot of people, man. A whole lot of people. You talking in the millions.
Well, they can break it down to a few thousand. Probably maybe 10,000, and then break it down from there and find out who's belligerent, and find out who was causing a whole lot of stink and all that kind of stuff, and then they investigate those people and all that stuff. You seen all these investigating uh,
Yeah, man, but
TV series of how they do.
that's
I mean,
you
eventually
talking
they're gonna find this guy.
you talking about you talking about a task force there trying to find all
They
those
got
people.
facial expressions. I mean, even though he had on a face mask, but still, I tell you, this right here guy was a multi-billionaire,
Oh yeah.
and so I mean, I feel kind of
So
sorry for his family
so
and everything like that, But
so what you're
hey,
saying is that the more money you got, the better the investigation.
they tearing it up right now, man. They spending all the money for this guy. You can bet your bottom dollar they got some of the best investigators in the world on this. They got private investigators and everything else because that can tear down their stock too. I think they up in the 500 per share now, if
Well,
not higher.
I'm pretty sure that whoever probably did it is probably maybe just sitting around waiting until they find him and find him or her, and don't even care about it because to do something like that, man, it had to be really devastating, and to track this man down, it took a lot of investigation on the perpetrator's part and everything to find this guy.
Yeah,
All those people who were there in Manhattan and stuff and everything. You talking thousands of guys are walking around with nice suits on and all that, and just to pick him out of the crowd and everything, they had to do some investigation.
Oh yeah, because I mean, his pictures all over the place, all on the portfolios and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So, but you know, um, weird things has happened.
Mm-hmm. And it might have been it might have been a mistake. He might have been looking at to shoot to somebody else. We don't know. So anyway, he might have been a cat. He might have been some. He might have been trying to do something to somebody else, and he just happened to get in the way.
Maybe he wanted to buy
So
out some companies or whatever. Who knows? We don't even know what his scheme was.
yeah,
It could have been a private affair or something. We
right,
don't know.
right. It could have been assassination or something because somebody who got a lot of money and stuff was investing in something, and he did something he wasn't supposed to have done. One of those crime family members and stuff decided that he didn't do what they wanted him to do, so they might have assassinated him and stuff and everything. So hey, whole lot of stuff could be happening. Anyway, go ahead. What you got next?
Okay. Theocratic government. Now I'm gonna give you the definition. Basically, what it is a form of government where deity or higher power is recognized as the ultimate authority, and the laws and policies of the state are based on religious doctrine. In a theocratic, the ruling authority is often a priestly class or a group of religious leaders who claim to be divinely guided. The reason why I'm bringing this up is that's where we're headed, bro. A theocratic democracy, government. That's where we're headed. That's exactly where these religious people want us to go. Run by religious people. This is just, I'm throwing my opinion out. I'm saying my opinion. Because anytime you have 80% of these people voting for Trump, knowing that he's a crook, con man, and allegations of rape, how many people he has cheated, lying confuciously, and they vote for him because of some character in the Bible, thinking that he's the same type of person. So he's their leader, and besides that, he gave them millions and millions and millions of dollars during the pandemic. So these people thinking in those terms. Why do you think uh, they got this head of the Republican Congress? Extremely religious. He's extremely religious. What's his name? Mike something?
Johnson.
Mike Johnson. Extremely religious. And they're probably laughing at Trump behind his back, thinking that they can control him because they think that this is the will of God. That we should be a Christian, total Christian nation, whatever they call what they think a Christian nation is. But they want to be in total control. That's why they're so vehemently uh, against it, because they're totally against the Democrats. First far as anybody that's a Democrat is a demon. Because, you know, Democrats is for gay marriage. Democrats are destroys the family. This is what they all they think. Democrats are for all kinds of things that's supposed to be, as according to them, not a good life. You ever heard of the Handmaid's Tale?
Nope.
Very, very famous book. They even did a television series on it, and that's the way they're looking at where it should be. The women are just to make babies. Your husband tells you what to do, you stay home. If I want an outside woman, I can have an outside woman. You do what I say, and that's it. You don't work, you don't do anything. And if you do work, you're gonna be working, for the company or for me. The women do not, and in Handmaid's Tale, you do not. I've never seen the series, but my wife saw all of it. She even got the book.
Why
This is what they want.
why did you find that interesting to see the whole series and also to get the book?
That's a
Did
good
you tell
question. I never asked
you
her
never
that.
asked her that? Yeah, I would
Mm-mm.
be interested, curious to find out why she did that. And
Well,
I would have thought that she might have done just a
there are
little
a
bit of
lot
it,
of black
but she saw
women
the
that are
whole thing. Uh-huh.
there's a lot of black women that have been watching this series. So when they start watching it, start becoming interesting because all the dynamics of the series, different little characters and situations and stuff like that. So what they did was, I'm talking about the women around me, they got the book. So and what they do is they find young women who can have babies and marry them. The women that can't have babies that's old, they're workers, and they train the young women how to act. And if they rebel, shame on them. So I'm saying that we run into this, and then at the same time, we have what we call a democracy, but the democracy comes with an anti-democracy. This is what they're doing to destroy democracy. It's a system of government or a set of principles that oppose or undermine democratic values, principles, and institutions. Anti democracy or democratic systems often paralyze the interests of a ruling elite or a single leader over those of the general population. So they come against all kinds of things, you know. So these anti-democratic systems are like authority. People that are authoritarians, they are they are autocrats, oligarchs, and then here's a word that I never even heard of: kemptocracy. You ever heard of that word?
Nope.
A system where those in power use their position to exploit and plunder the country's resources for personal gain. So when you have these different people, now this is the practice, what they do also: voter suppression, limiting or restricting citizens' ability to vote, disinformation and propaganda, spreading false or misleading information to manipulate the public's opinion. Censorship, restricting freedom in speech and expression. Electoral manipulation, interfering with the electoral process to ensure a desired outcome. So you have all of these different kinds of things that are anti-democratic or democracy, and it's happening right now in our face, and
Hmm.
people are not alarmed. It's happening right in our face. People are telling their story of what's going on in certain states, like North Carolina.
Hmm.
So here's the thing: what and it's all for the people. And then these people are doing all of these things across the state. Look what Texas has done. Look what North Carolina is doing. Look what some of these other states. Now these red states, they pretty much they're gonna do what they're supposed to do. That's it. They ain't their population. Half of them is barely 2 million people or 1 million people.
Right.
So most of your population is in New York and California. And then you have a red state here in Florida. You have a red state in Texas with big populations.
Hmm.
So now the thing is that you have all of these two big red states, and then you got another 30 or 30, 35 red states. And these people go along with all of this stuff together. Now, what they said was, now this is, I don't know how true this is, but they said 74% of white men voted for Trump.
Yep.
Fifty
I can believe that.
53% of white women voted for Trump. 53%.
Hmm.
That's why we lost. That's why the Democrats lost. White
Well,
folks.
you have to kick in a few of those Hispanics and stuff who voted for him also, and because they voted for him in pretty good numbers. So along with all of those with those dynamics that you just said about the white folks and everything, you have to kick in that that dynamic and stuff from the Hispanics and stuff who went out and voted for him because they didn't want a woman, just according to their religion or whatever. So, and then you had a bunch of other folks who didn't vote. So, with all those dynamics and stuff thrown in there, that's him. He's in like Flint. But I'm still, Ted. I still have a man. How could this just behoove me that they would do that, knowing that just like you just said earlier, that this man is not a model Christian and stuff like most Christians and stuff want to think that they should be. He's not a model Christian. He's not. If if I had to guess and stuff, I think he might be close to an atheist and stuff. He's just using them to get ahead, almost like Bush did. Bush went out, and that's how he won his first term and stuff and everything. He had a whole lot of those Christian right folks and stuff who were backing him up, and in his second term also. But the one thing that's different between those two and everything, Bush did have some sort of ethical character about himself that he didn't want to be a criminal and everything. He was a pretty decent family man, and he went out there robbing and stealing people and hooking and crooking and but so
Selling every damn thing under the
it,
sky.
yeah, this guy right here, and then when he did put his cabinet together and everything, he put people in there who he knew were sensible folks and everything. But the people that this guy's putting in those cabinets and stuff, they don't even have one iota of experience and stuff at what he's putting them in there at. And I guess he's just sticking them in there as figureheads so he can just tell them what the heck he wants them to do, and they'll just do it. He's setting himself up to be a dictator. Setting himself up to be a dictator because they're going to follow him no matter what. And I have no idea why he wanted to get rid of his FBI director because he put him in office. He put the man in office, and they supposed to be in there for 10 years. So now he says he don't want him there anymore. Maybe because he, I don't know. It's just some of those cabinet picks, Ted. I have, man. I just it's real weird. I mean,
Well, they're trying to pick him off, by putting in all the bad press and the talk shows and all that stuff. Right now they're going after the DOD, and I just heard that Trump said that he want to keep him no matter what. So, and his mother's out there campaigning for him for whatever reason, and talking. She wrote a letter 7 years ago, an email to him, telling him basically he was a scumbag, and you need to change your life for all the things that he had been doing. And she claimed that he's changed his life. He's a different person, but he has no experience.
mm-hmm,
He doesn't qualify.
mm-hmm. And over, I would say 2/3 of them are totally unqualified. They never did those types of positions. They have their whole life has not been
What kind of
geared toward anything that
what
he's
kind
put
of
them there for.
person who believes in America and believes in the Constitution would take a job that you know you're not qualified for? When we talking about, you can take a job anywhere and learn how to do it, but you ain't risking nobody's life. You ain't changing people's lives. You might have a job that you don't have any experience in, but you can learn it through training and all that, and they give you time to do that. You don't have time to be in training on these jobs. You have to come in doing stuff. You have to have experience. Like if you're a experienced lawyer, prosecutor, judge, all that, that makes you qualified to work in DOJ. But then what about your character and your background too? So the thing is that my personal opinion, stay in your lane, bro. You're a broadcaster. You're a TV guy. You're making a lot of money. So
It's
same thing with
it's probably the prestige of having that position, and and I'm pretty sure that most of those cabinet people and stuff who are in those positions, even in this past administration, if you are heading one of those cabinet jobs and stuff, once you leave out of there or the administration is gone, a lot of these people and stuff make connections and stuff out there in the business world, and that's where they head to those big
well, I
jobs
got
and stuff
news for
out
you.
there.
I got news for you. These jobs, they got their little connections and they can make their little money and they can go to their little speeches and they can write a book and all that crap. But they are not prestigious anymore. They are not prestigious anymore. These jobs were highly, highly up echelon because you are dealing with thousands, if not millions, of people. This is life and death. You got somebody that's going to be over HHS, don't have no experience, don't have no medical thing, don't have no thing, no experience in government, You've never worked on any kind of committees that deal with it. You've never passed a budget, put a budget together of that magnitude, and then they're gonna put him over HHS.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what I'm saying is there is no prestige in America anymore. We are a laughing
Well,
stock to the world.
well, you misunderstood what I was trying to say. I was trying to say that those those top jobs and stuff are a stepping point off into the business world, where they make connections and stuff out there with people and stuff who are higher up in the business industry. So when they do get put out of those jobs and stuff, they can head over there into those jobs and being
I understand
on the
exactly
board
what you're saying.
and
I
stuff.
understand that.
Yeah, but that was the different. That's the point that I was trying to make. Now I do
They're
understand.
own
I
monetizing themselves.
yeah,
That right
I
there is not what these jobs are about. This is about
I
service.
I understand that, but I'm just saying that that's what some of them and stuff probably are looking for, and that's probably why they're taking it because it's a stepping point off into a lot more money. That's all I'm saying. But yes, they can do a lot of damage, and they probably are going to do a lot of damage. And I believe that Trump has them and stuff there and everything because he owes them some allegiance. Who in the heck would have hired Tunisia Tunisia Hubbard? Is that her name? Tulsa, whatever she
Oh
used to
yeah,
be.
Tulsi Gabbard,
She got a job up there in his cabinet. I don't know which position she got, but he gave her a job in his there in the cabinet.
national intelligence.
Now, do you think that she qualified for national
Hell to the
intelligence?
no. You know, these Democrats. You know, I'm sorry, man. You got some that's gonna fight, and you got some that will speak out, and you got some that's gonna resist. But these Democrats, a lot of them just gonna fold like a paper bag. They're gonna fold like a paper bag, and then they got these, lack of a better word, gangsters. A group of gangsters. You know, this is they call in service. Anytime they don't like somebody, they call in and threaten you. So somebody must be paying them. You know, they get these little, uh, what do you call those phones?
Burner phones.
Burner phones, where you can't track them. And somehow they get their cell phone number, they get their address, all of that.
Well,
And you know, when you get
like you just said, somebody's paying them. So whoever's paying them is sending them all the information they need to
yeah,
do what they're doing.
it's your job today. This is your job. Call them up 100 times a day and
Hmm.
threaten his life. Change your voice.
And that'll get what we need out of them. But Ted, I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I watched the Democrats and stuff when Obama came into office and he did what he had to do, and I watched him and stuff. Now that Biden has had his 4 years and stuff there, and for some reason or another, those folks and stuff in the House stuck together behind Hakeem Jeffries. They stuck together as a group and they follow him and stuff in lockstep. Now, at the just about at the end there was a few of them and stuff who decided to vote and stuff with the Republicans for whatever reason or another. It didn't do any good and stuff for them. Some of those bills that they were trying to pass it didn't do any good, but they did vote and stuff for them. So I'm hoping and stuff that what you just said and stuff is not going to hold true and stuff right now, that they're going to stand up and that they're going to do what they need to get done. If they do not, for some reason or another, then I don't know what can be done if what's going on now doesn't give you that backbone, because just like you and I are talking about, we are turning to be a laughing stock of the world because of what the heck is going on there. And to allow us to continue to be a laughing stock, you need some people to stand up. And if the Democrats can't stand up, then we're lost. We're absolutely lost. If they don't all stand up in lockstep, I can believe that in the Senate that they're probably going to all stand up and everything lockstep since girlfriend is gone from Arizona and bruh man from West Virginia he gone. So the rest of them and stuff seemed like they were strong enough and everything to stand up and do what need to be done to fight for our democracy. Now, in the House and stuff, I don't know because there's some new House members who are coming in, but because of those numbers and stuff and everything, the Republicans they don't have but what 2 vote lead and stuff and everything right now, and they may even lose that. I don't know. We'll see
They
because
say one guy just from California just announced he won,
mhm,
and then I think one from New York
right,
announced that
yeah.
he
So
won.
that gave them that gave the Republicans in the House. I think they only got a 2 seat majority and stuff now, and Gantz and stuff just said he retired and stuff, so they're going to have to have an election and stuff for his seat down in Florida. I don't know if that's a Republican stronghold where they're going to stick another Republican in there and they're probably going to win. And I think there's one other seat and everything that they're saying that might be in the toss up there. Somebody has been picked and stuff for one of those positions that Trump and stuff wants them to work in. So they may have the House might just turn over to be a Democratic majority here because they got a razor thin margin and stuff there. And a lot of those folks, including Jasmine and stuff, she's been out there on that Chitlin circuit, that you might say, and talking about that very very slim majority and stuff that they have, and that they, according to her and everything, the Democrats supposed to be sticking together and everything and doing what they need to do and everything to fight whatever's going on out there. So we'll see. I'm hoping that they keep their backbone and stuff and everything and do what need to be done. So we just have to see. But
Well, the big fight, Ed, is democracy.
right, I'm just saying that. That's right.
That's like the bottom line is the big fight, and the thing is that the reason why this country is so well put together is because you have so many pieces within each part of the different parts of the state. Each state is running fairly well. Now there are some states that's hurting, but for the most part they're doing fairly well because of the federal government. Because we support their educational system, the federal government. We support uh, certain federal funding to help those people when things get bad. We support all kinds of things to help them. We provide and encourage jobs or companies to open in certain states so that they can have work there. Not everybody should be in California. Not everybody should be in Florida or Texas. We encourage that. There are states, however, that are doing extremely poor, like Louisiana, like Mississippi,
Could be.
like West Virginia.
Hmm.
So, and I'm sure it's about two or three more. But the point is that these states, for whatever reason, is steeped and died into their lifestyle, and they don't care about lifting up the poor because their poor is suffering. They're constantly holding them back as far as education, as far as job training and opportunities, and they're not even promoting other companies to go there and work. I mean, you look at how Georgia has come up.
We have a very, very important election coming up in 2 years, 2026. One of our U.S. senators and stuff is going to be coming up for election. And he's going to have a tough time and stuff in it, but he may win because the governorship and everything is up for grabs and stuff then too. Because our governor and stuff, he's term limited and stuff now, so he can't run anymore. So we'll see. Going to have a tough election coming up. And we just can't lay down and give up because this man is up there in the White House. And I got a lot of hope and that. And you brought something up about these states and stuff about Florida. California and New York and everything, and how they have they have vast amounts of money and stuff and pool in those states and stuff and everything. And from what I'm seeing, at least with California and stuff doing it now, they are already starting to get ready and stuff for 'em, pooling their money together for lawsuits and stuff to fight the federal government. And if they're getting ready to do stuff and start doing what they're doing, and then you got your folks there in the Senate, the U.S. Senate, and the House and everything putting up a good fight and everything, we might be able to hold on. I don't know. The battle is there to be won. There's some hope there, and
Somebody said,
and
I don't know how
and
true this is,
uh,
somebody said $11 billion was spent for all these campaigns.
oh, that's probably cheap. It might be more than that. That's cheap.
Well, you say it's cheap. I'm saying 11. If it's more, then that's even more outrageous. $11 billion is being spent,
Has been spent
has been spent on campaigns.
on getting to the White House and into the legislative branch of the government.
This is
Yep,
outrageous.
yep.
It's outrageous, bro. And then they might only have one or two debates. What is going on here? This right here is like
We have set up in 2010, the Supreme Court set up what we have going on right now. What we see right now is the byproduct of that 2010 decision. That's the byproduct of that 2010 decision. Citizens United. And they allowed them to dump all kinds of money into these elections. So you got enough money, you can buy you an election. You can buy you a seat.
Well, when I look at it like this, and you have to look at it like this. Look at where money is going. It goes into the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
It goes into the elections.
Mm-hmm.
It goes into now everybody can gamble. It used to be, you couldn't gamble on football, you couldn't gamble on baseball,
Yes.
because it's always under the table. Now that's out.
That's out.
Now
Sports.
you can smoke marijuana, and
Yep. Make big money off of that. They just took
so
that away from Took that away from all the gangsters and stuff. The gangsters can no longer sell pot, whatever.
So, or you
Yep.
better start your own business or whatever you better do.
Hmm.
So you
Yep.
got that going. You got all these things going, the gambling and all that, and then these wedge issues. What is the big wedge issue now? Here?
A lot of them, man. I can't. Oh, man. I don't know. I'm a pass on that one.
Well, to me, the big wedge issue right now is transgender.
Is what?
Transgender. That's the big wedge issue right now. Men that want to be girls. That's the big wedge issue right now.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about
Do
that.
you know that Trump spent millions of dollars talking about that in his commercial campaigns?
Most of the thing I thought he spent his money on was this border crisis stuff and everything.
That
People
too.
crossing that border.
It was two things basically what he was doing, and then of course the economy. But in certain places, he placed his ads about transgender because they made it a big deal. And they tell me, I don't know how true it is, but they say only 1% have that issue. There's only 1% of those types of people that want to, convert over from men to women. And then the thing is the athletes, the women have to compete, in volleyball. They made a big deal out of this transgender person that was playing volleyball. So the wedge issues are dying out now because you can't talk about drugs because the American people gonna use drugs. Now you can say, talk about it, talking about, well, we got to stop all the drug flowing. They ain't gonna never stop. That stuff been going on heavily now for the last 50 years?
Yeah, ever since Reagan and
Yeah,
Carter.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And then one of the wedge issues was gays, gay marriage. They wanted to get married and all that stuff and
well,
everything. That
Clin-
happened.
Clinton got involved in that because you remember he had to pass out that don't ask, don't tell thing for the people in the
Yeah.
military because they were trying to stop the folks in the military from doing that, the gay thing. So hey, well,
So so when you and then one of the issues was gambling. That was a big issue. A lot of people wanted their casinos, and next thing you know, there are states now that got casinos that never had casinos.
absolutely, and
Who
they
was
have a
making
lot,
all the money in the casino house? It was
and
Vegas.
and they have the lottery and stuff now.
Yeah,
Mississippi 2 years ago finally
yeah.
they
They
wanted the
stopped.
last holdouts.
Well, they cut the numbers game out a long time ago.
Yeah.
So,
Man,
so when you
you
think about all of these wedges, they making up stuff. Now they coming after black folks.
well,
Our history.
we've been coming out. They've been bothering us here for a long time. we've been uh uh we've been the brunt of whatever went on in this country, man, for a long time, a long time. And
Did you
I was
hear Crockett go off on white men in Congress?
no, I haven't. Well, she's been going off on white men for a long time. So when did this happen?
This happened about. Well, see, they was making a vote in the committee or discussing it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was about DEI. And one of the white men over there on the right side said, "I feel discriminated against. I feel left out. I
Well,
feel as though this DEI is stopping me from getting a job, or stopping my family, or stopping my constituents from getting a job because of this DEI." And she went off on them. If you ever get a chance, go to her page
I'm
on
going to
YouTube.
do that. And I think Ayanna Presley. I think
Yeah,
she had
that was
something to
a
do.
person that telling
Yeah.
one of them, keep your keep your mouth shut, talking about Martin Luther King.
Well, I just find it ironic, Ted, that these women are just standing up and I'm looking at where these black men at? Where these black men at? The women are standing up. They out there. They standing up, man. They talking back. They doing everything, and I'm trying to figure out where these black men are at. I really am to stand up and do what need to be said. But hopefully they out there and they're
I
gonna
don't know
stand up and support them.
how do a black man stand up against a group of bullies? How do a black man stand up against a group of bullies if when it's 10 against 1?
Yes, we've seen our folks and stuff in the hood stand up against bullies. You just got to get out there and act crazy. Find the find the strongest one and knock him out. And I'm pretty and Jasmine did the first thing. She found the strongest bully out there and beat her down. And that was Marjorie Taylor Greene. And ever since she knocked Marjorie Taylor Greene in the mouth with her words, they they leave that girl alone. You find a bully, knock the biggest bully in the head. And she did that. So what the man can do the same thing. You find and the biggest bully out there, the one who's supposed to be the toughest, and you whip their butt. And you're gonna gain respect with the rest of them who following them that bully.
Well, let's put it like this. And I'm defending these lawmakers who are male and black. If you ever listen to them how they talk legalese shit. They're very parliamentary. They're very articulate. They're very uh, say things that would cut them, but it's not a real cut. Where you can see blood. They just use a certain language that's putting like when you get whooped with a switch, just little bitty marks on them. So, but they're not really doing the real cut like these black women. So I think that if they raise their voice,
Death of a thousand cuts.
well, there you go. There you go. Maybe
I don't
that's
know.
what they're doing.
I haven't seen them thousand cuts yet, Ted. I haven't seen it yet. I'm trying to figure out who they are. Where they at?
I haven't seen it at all.
I haven't seen it. That's what I'm saying. I
I
haven't
see
seen it.
now
All I'm seeing is these strong black women standing up. That's all I'm seeing.
the president of the Black Caucus. I've seen him a couple of times go after him. And then your boy from Colorado. But like you said, that he's very
Very,
articulate,
very
very
articulate.
sure of himself, very legislative. He knows the parliament procedure so that he don't get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But now you had that guy in New York who went too far for what he did with this gas, the Jewish and the Gaza deal. He went too far. That wasn't his fight. Yeah, it was his fight to a certain degree, but then his real fight is his people. His real fight is his people. And
What guy are you talking about in New York? I'm trying to think of who
the
that is.
one that they ousted. They ousted that girl in St. Louis, and they
Oh, you
ousted
talking about Bush? You talking about Bush up in St.
her.
Louis
They ousted her, and they
and
ousted the guy. They ousted the guy in New York.
man, I'm trying to think of his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know you're talking about. Ted, final word, man. We way past our time. I see you sitting up there, man. You done got comfortable. You done got comfortable. What's your final word, man? We got
Well,
to
my
end this.
final word is this: all of this politics and everything, and that's wonderful and fine. I keep up with it, but I'm not really for one of this or the other. But I'm gonna vote my best interest.
Mm-hmm.
However, when I look at the whole stream of things, if you look at the whole stream of things, follow the money.
Mm-hmm. All the time.
Because here's the thing: when you got corporations giving out all this money, I mean billions and billions of dollars,
Mm-hmm.
and when you have the government that is collecting trillions of dollars,
Mm-hmm.
there are people out there that's trying to get that money.
Mm-hmm.
And when they start doing all this cutting, or potentially trying to do all this cutting, that money got to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you
They
got to look
got
at.
they've already got plans for that money. They've got plans for that money, and they have and I'm pretty sure that Musk and that Rusamati or whatever the heck that boy's name is and stuff and everything, they got they friends and stuff sitting around there, right around that table and stuff, and waiting until them crumbs fall off so they can pick them up
Well,
because
that's a
you can't you
speculation. I
can't
mean,
you can't you
I agree
can't
with that to a certain degree, but what I'm saying is it's not just them two. It's a bunch of people that's going to
well
be latching on to
they
this money.
they I'm saying that they are the main ones.
Okay.
Uh, they are the main ones. They are the main ones who were doing that. Now the rest of them, yeah, they sitting around the table. They sit on the floor around the table and start waiting till the crumbs fall. But they putting them boys out there to lead because Musk doesn't, Elon doesn't have very much to lose. He got enough money where he can do anything he want to do. He's not afraid. And the other old boy and stuff and everything, he got some false hopes and stuff on him because he think he got a lot of money, but he got a lot to lose because he ain't got that right color. he still got, he still got that color. Anyway, my final word is this, Ted. Come January 1, the fight begins.
Why
January
January 1?
January 1, because that's when we got to start. We got to really kick it into high gear. After January 1, you got to kick it into high gear because we need to get ready and stuff, get our get our ammunition together because on January the 20th and right after that and everything, it's going to be all out battle. An all out battle. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that with all those weapons that we have out there, that we can do something to save this country. With California doing what they doing. And I believe that my boy, and there ain't a whole lot of people saying anything about it, but JT Pritzker over there in Illinois gonna have a whole lot to say about it. He just quiet and he got his billions and stuff that he done stashed away. And girlfriend over there in New York gonna all start getting together because I've been hearing drum beats and everything that these Democratic governors are coming together and stuff with some kind of plan to fight what's getting ready to happen. And I'm hoping that's going to bring forth some kind of weapons that we can fight this guy with. So that's my final word. We all done?
We're
See you.
all done, bro.
Bye.